So welcome to the Fitchburg Cultural Council's final grant meeting. This is Tuesday, January 27th. It is 5:05 p.m. We're opening the meeting and Casey's in attendance, Audrey, Shara, Joe, Matt, Sam, Liz, Eileen. And our mission is to elevate the rich and cultural life in Massachusetts. We're part of the Massachusetts Cultural Council, and locally we are volunteering as part of the city of Fitchburg. So we welcome the public to join us this evening, so long as it pertains to the agenda, which we have for tonight. And we ask that anybody speak only on items pertaining to the agenda. This is being recorded and filmed, so please keep in mind that your comments are being recorded permanently online. So we'll move into our agenda for tonight. Welcome everybody, and thanks for being here tonight so we can finish our work for tonight. First of all, I wanted to see if any, I guess quickly, I'll do a quick announcement. We have a resignation from Miriam Ruiz that we got from the city of Fitchburg on January 5th. So it got to us a little later here in the month, but so that will minimize our quorum quantity, which is great news. And we thank Miriam for her service to the council in the past years. So that's the first announcement that I had for this evening. I also wanted to jump into the third agenda item and see if there's any grant modifications, Eileen, that may have come in anywhere.
No,
Nothing new? Okay.
nothing new.
Okay. So one grant modification that did come in to the council, I'm just trying to see, a couple days ago, is that the McKay Arts Academy, I'll just read you guys the email. It says, due to circumstances beyond our control, McKay Arts Academy is unable to participate in the Students in Social Justice, a partnership with the Abolitionist Park, Forge Theater Lab, and schools. This is application 5344. So we will need to withdraw our application. However, if you have awarded McKay Arts Academy any funding, and you see fit, it would please us to give some of our award to fully fund Long Joe Middle School, another Fitchburg public school participating in this project. Their grant number is application 6108. And this was from Terry Prosser. So this came over to us I guess it's a day or so ago, 2 days ago. So that's a request that we have, which will affect our awards tonight. So if there's no other modifications, do you guys mind if I jump into the money?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Give me 1 second. I think I can share. Can I share?
Yeah, you're a host. If you need to, I have it up and I can share it as well.
Guys can see my screen.
We see your whole screen.
Yes.
Your
Cool.
entire desktop.
There's a lot on the desktop, that is for sure. So all our grants are in here, all of them. And I guess the simplest way I thought is to do this. Obviously, we can take a full vote, however you guys want to do it, like we did last year and the year before. Thought I could explain this section here, which is the money we have from the state is the 48.4 in this area here. And we're allowed to keep 5% for our administrative costs, which brings that number to this 45.98. This is the funds that we are ongoing working with the past years to make sure things are clean. And this is the number that our new treasurer is comfortable with for bringing forward from past years. It's 7,154. So this number gets added to the amount that we have available to use, which brings us to this 53,134 amount. So, so if I can just continue, I don't know I can hear some background noises. So how Joe has instructed me in the past several years, this is an Excel file that does the math, which is quite interesting. The idea is to bring it to a cap that when that's pursed down all the larger grant requests, like the $2,000 request, we get it to a cap where then it can be distributed equally. So we use the cap of 1468 to distribute it equally all the way down. And so that funds the all the small requests to get funded, and then the larger requests like the $2,000 request, the $15,000 request. Actually, that one doesn't get funding, so never mind. The other 15, the 19, those end up getting the cap and no more. So the only difference tonight, of course, you guys can make a motion to vote and approve however you see fit. There is this grant here is the 6108, which is $750. That's been withdrawn. And the one that they want to give it to is the 5344. And they only requested the $750. So this is where I guess we can have a little bit of a conversation. And Joe, please advise me on how best to do this and do that. But that's where we are. So theoretically, we can use all of our funds with this area here comes to zero, which shows that it's all been used.
I have a question.
Hmm?
The 7,154 from the 2021 grant cycle. Well, we voted the grant cycle would continue until June 30th of 2022. Does that include those people who have not yet asked for their grant money?
I'm going to let this go to Liz, because Liz gave me the word. What do you think?
Yes, so the number does not include the two grant requests that haven't been received that Eileen, you and I were discussing. So it's reduced by, I think that was 2,200 from what the total was that I believed we have. But we also have funds sitting in our account that I believe may be from previous years, prior to 2020 even, because right now there's about 19,000 sitting in the city's account. So we still have to work through and figure out exactly where that came from. But I feel pretty confident that there is more than 7,154 available. I just don't want to commit more than that without tracking it all down.
Okay.
So the
Well, I'm
7,154
going to begin writing those that I haven't heard from. In some instances, I find out I haven't heard from them. I asked them to send me a final report. So sometimes that happens because they send the final report to somebody else. But I'll be sending them letters this week, asking them how they're doing, telling them I haven't heard from them, asking if they have received their money and they have a date. And then I'll report that the next time around, what I found out. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the 7,154 is a conservative number to put in that slot,
Yes.
considering the fact that we've got 19,000 in the bank that hasn't been used. Yeah. So from last year's. Somebody else had a question, comment, something happened?
Yeah. I had a question, but I can ask Eileen later. But how should we, so since we have an application written by Eileen and two applications written by Shara, and they can't vote on their own applications, should we do theirs separately than the group voting? Which are, usually we kind of like vote to give a certain amount to, a blanket to all of the applications.
That's a good question. I'm going to defer to Joe. Can you help me with that one, Joe?
Sure. So who else besides Shara had applications?
Eileen.
I do.
Eileen.
Shara has
Okay.
two
And I'm good for it. I'll get it into you right after this.
Okay. Yeah, so what we can do in this case is that I think that we should, if we have a general, I somehow lost the share. Could you leave the form back up for me?
Yeah, I can.
Sorry.
Yep, sorry.
Thank
yeah.
you. If we could have a general consensus on that what we've calculated here is reasonable, then what we would do is we can separate out the votes. We'll do a separate vote for all but Eileen's, and then Eileen, you will not have a vote, and then we'll have a separate vote for Shara's. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think you guys know what I mean. We'll do a separate vote for Shara, a separate vote for Eileen, and then a full council vote for the rest. And that will cover it. I think what's the more critical thing to address right now, and the one that I hope does not take a lot of time to resolve, is what do we do with the $750 that McKay is given back? My thoughts are on this is that they had requested to work in partnership with the Long Show on this project. And we are giving money to the Long Show already for the project. We've essentially approved the project, but submitted by 2 grantees for their 2 different segments. So we could accept the wishes of the grantee and give the $750 to the other project so that project remains whole, or we can decide to split it up in a different way. And one of the more recommended ones that I have, if we choose not to give it to the Long Show grant, is that we just split it up evenly among all the other grants.
Okay.
Another thing to consider is so this is the Students and Social Justice program, and originally they did 3 applications. And I think wasn't it for 3 different schools, or was it just for 2? But one of them was denied because it was one of them was denied, and we're talking about the 2 that were approved.
There were 4 of them altogether, I believe. One of them was denied. Let me look what I have here.
Yeah, the other one is this one here, which is 8346. And they've applied for, that's the one that was denied.
Yeah.
I don't
So
see-
what do we have now? 2 that we're actually going
Yeah,
to
we
give
have
to.
2.
One dropped out. So we
Yeah.
have 2. On the other hand, I'm thinking about, the power of someone who's dropped out to give their money to someone else. I'm not sure that power is real. Well, I'm interested in what anybody else says.
Yeah, Eileen, there's no reference or indication or inference of any kind from me that there's power in that. It was just their thought. It was their project. It's called reasonable consideration, right? So we don't have to accept it at all. It's whatever the council wishes. And I think the best way to get to that decision is for someone to make a motion to fund it, to fund the other one with the 750, or to do something else with that money. So if we start with that, we can get to a vote and deliberation and move on. If it's defeated, we move on to the next motion.
Okay. And I would just like to say, like, in terms of public schools needing money, I'm a family that has kids going to other towns to go to school because they feel like the school system here isn't good enough. So I would say, if a public school needs 750 is not much. So just that's my thought on the topic. Would anybody like to make a motion in any direction on the funding that
Can I make a motion to discuss the pros and cons of funding the school or dividing the money amongst the grant requests that weren't fulfilled completely?
I have a point of order, Madam Chair. The motions need to be a definitive decision on what to do with the funds.
Yep.
When we have a motion and a second, then we can go into those conversations that the chair is discussing. We're not denying the ability to have that discussion, but we should do it under the pretense of a firm vote on what to do with the funds.
A motion to, I was unclear, to give that money to Longs Joe or to give that money to the project, the social justice project?
Yeah,
Does
it's
somebody-
going, yeah, the funds would either go to all the other grantees and we diversify them between all the grantees, or we give the money as requested to the other school for their project. It'll go into the funds for their project.
Did they request more than what they got? Or was it because they divided it amongst several schools?
They were all participating in the project. And now one school is no longer participating and has suggested that we give the funds to the other school that is participating. So we are funding the other school what they've asked, which was only $750. So this would double what they've asked.
It seems to
Can
me,
I motion
have
that
we
we
ever
talk
before-
to, oh, sorry.
Can I ask a question? Have
Sure.
we ever before given someone more than they asked?
Yes,
I'm just troubled by this. It just sets it's
We
to
have.
me, it sets a weird precedent. Okay, so we're not going to take our grant, but we'd like to give it to Harry, you know?
so point of order, Madam Chair, I think it's important that we request a motion to do something with the funds so we can continue this conversation towards a resolution.
Okay. Well, I'd
That's
like to
fair.
make a motion that we keep the additional funds.
Okay. Anyone want to second the motion that we take the $750 and keep it to
I'm sorry,
distribute?
I have another point of order. Sorry, Madam Chair. We need to decide what to do with the funds. Keeping the funds for council use is not something.
Oh,
we can
not
do.
keeping
We've
them,
already-
Joe, sorry. Keeping them and distributing them back into the grant pool.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Okay,
I
I-
misunderstood. Thank you.
I second the motion to put that money back into the grant pool.
Okay, so we have a motion from Eileen to keep the funds, but not for the council, to distribute them throughout the rest of the grants. We have a second from Shara. Does anyone now want to speak to that motion?
I'll speak to the motion.
Yeah.
So on one hand, the social justice program is supposed to be a multi-school program in which they, it's a theater program for Shara and Samuel who just received the panel book. It's a theater program in which they will be performing a sketch that is social justice related, and then they'll perform it at the Abolitionist Park on June 16th. June 19th, excuse me. The tricky thing with this though is the other grant they haven't filled out a budget for, an additional 750. I don't think, unless they requested less than how much they put in their budget.
there are many other villages and municipalities that are involved in this, as I recall. Abershane, what, anyway, a couple other towns are in it. So, it's just, I don't understand how they were going to be part of it and whether this, and how this is going to work. For all that reason, I really think that we should spread the money among everybody in some way.
So that's the motion that we have on the table. So why don't we take a vote?
I just want to make a correction to what I said. I looked up the application. They did ask for, their entire budget is $8,380. So that money would go somewhere within their stated budget as well.
That included gifts from other towns, other than the ones we're considering here.
I think it was, I thought it was 3 schools from Fitchburg and 2 schools from Leominster, but I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Well,
Yeah.
Anybody else want to speak to the motion? All right, so we had a first from Eileen and a second from Shara. We've had a couple comments. I'd like to take a vote now, and I think we have to do roll call since we're all online. So this would be, the motion was to take the funds given back to us and redistribute them throughout the rest of the grants. So can we do roll call? Let me stop sharing so we can see each other.
Casey? Audrey?
Yes.
Shara?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Tamar,
No.
Eileen,
Yes.
Liz,
Yes.
and Sam.
It's a yes.
Okay, the motion carries.
Okay, so now this is the scary part, Joe.
Now we have to, how many grants do we have approved? The number,
That's a
and
good
we'll
point.
just do simple division, hopefully.
Okay, I'm gonna do that slow because I'm slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably lost count. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Six, 51, 52, 53. 53. Does that sound right, guys?
Okay. So with it, and you didn't count the one who's backing out, right?
I would have, yes.
You did count that? Okay,
Mhm.
so we have 52 approved grants, and we have $750 in funds to distribute. We adjust everybody by, let's do $14. It's 14 and change. So if we do a first adjustment in the column for everyone who's approved, put them in at $14, and then we'll see what we have left for cash available.
Okay, help. Anybody else want to do this? I can't Excel. So we're
Isn't it
adding.
easier to only
I can
count?
do it.
Sorry. Is it easier to only count the ones that were above the amount, that didn't get theirs met? Like some of them, if they were under the 13, what was the amount?
Yeah, that's a good point.
If they're under the 1368, then
Yep.
we shouldn't count those. We should only count the ones that haven't
Yep,
been
yeah,
billed.
you're 100% right there, Shara. Thank you for catching that. I think the best thing for us to do is we'll do a new cap. And the way we'll do this will be, maybe I should share my screen and we can play with the calculator.
Probably.
Good call.
Although I need to see the other,
Can
I need
you?
to see the other one. You know what? Share the spreadsheet if you would, and I'll try to do it without sharing my calculator. So if we scroll down to the bottom of the list, we have the total funds that we're able to give. And we had calculated, I'm trying to remember how we started. It's always a complex math problem. So we have 750 extra. We were supposed to give out 53, 134. And if we adjust our cap to say 1,500,
It would be 53884 is the new total amount.
no, the total amount is still 53, 134.
Yeah, it's still the same.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yep.
We're not getting it there.
The cap
I take
changes to
that back.
50.
I amend that.
Yep. So if we change the cap to 1,500,
Okay.
and let's go into all the ones on the list that are at 1468 and set them at 1,500, or at their actual value if it's between 1468 and 1,500.
Oh, Excel. It's not my friend.
Are you just changing all the ones above 1,000 to 1,500 that are relevant?
She's changing all the ones that are above 1468 to 1,500.
Okay, I can help you with that.
Actually, can you just let me
And-
continue? You
Oh,
guys,
sure.
Yeah, she's got it.
I'm in the document. I just need to do it like carefully. Like, I'm not a whiz at Excel. Miss one? Did I miss one? That should be it.
No, we have 197 left over.
There's still 197 left. Okay.
Yeah.
I think, again, I want to suggest if you count how many are above that 1,500, and then we can divide that amount among them.
Yep, go ahead and do that. So everything that's over 1,500 in requests.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
There's 12. All right.
So then we just divide 197 by 12.
$16 additional. And then we'll have a little bit more extra left over.
That's kind of crazy.
So let's change the 1,500s to 1,516.
The cap,
Yep.
hopefully I counted right. Here we go again, guys.
And everything that's requested over 1,500, we'll give them 1,516.
Hopefully that's right.
Wow, that's like magic.
This is what I call mathematical gymnastics.
Absolutely. But we should be pretty close at the end of this.
So this
Yeah,
one,
we'll
15
be
is
pretty close.
15. So that, so it's just the ones above, right? Not the one.
Everything above 1,500, yeah.
So those are 15, those are 15. Here's one that's 15, 16. Is everyone bored yet?
Everyone's learning how to use Excel tonight.
It's fascinating.
There's one above that. Oh,
Did I miss
that
one?
wasn't. Is that? Oh, that one was only
No, that one.
1,400. Never mind.
All right, if you guys catch one, just let me know.
So
15, 16.
I'm pointing with my cursor as if you can see it.
See it? It's not helping, Shara. 15.
You passed one. What
I
are you?
did?
Sorry. No, you
15,
didn't.
15, 16.
You're good.
There's one
Yep.
that's 2,000, that one there.
Where?
Concert for chamber, down a little.
Oh, yeah. Down here, 15, 16. Are we getting there, guys? Is it going to work?
Both of those two
there.
there. Right. I think you got it.
Did
All
I
right, so
say
now we're down to $21. I actually have a suggestion on this.
Yeah.
I know we haven't voted on any of this, but we're just kind of collaborating to get this done. There's a grant request that I saw that was for $1,550.
Yeah.
And we're really close. We should give them that 21 bucks. It's about a third of the way down, I think.
Yeah, I saw that one too. I was like, ah,
So we could get really close to making them whole.
right here.
There it
Yep.
is. Oh, summer
Add
concert.
21 to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
What's 15,
Yeah.
16
We
plus
vote on it.
21?
Mm.
Be 1537.
7. Yeah.
Whoops.
Right, 1537.
Now, should we?
And now we should be at 0. All right.
Yay,
Yay.
team.
Good job.
What a nightmare.
Now
What
do
a
we need to
nightmare.
vote on this?
No, now
No,
we need
so-
now we need 2 votes. We need to get a general
need-
vote, right? And then we need a
we need
vote
3 votes.
without 3 votes, right? Because we need Shara and Eileen out of one of the votes, right? So
Yes.
Okay.
Can you do me a favor, please? So I'm not sure if your last edit was done in the final award column or in the 15-16 cap column.
I did it in the 15-16 cap column.
Okay, I just saw the columns move when you were scrolling, so I wasn't sure. Okay, good.
Columns moving. Stress.
So yeah, we should do 3 votes. The first vote, assuming everyone will be okay, we'll know on the first vote, right? If everybody's okay with how we did the calculation, we make a
I
motion.
just have a question because I saw at the bottom that calculation, it was saying 5214, not 53. Like
That was the
52,484
Hmm.
in the
Yep.
cap. Shouldn't that also be the final amount, the 53 ones? Oh, no. I'm very confused now.
Hmm.
Can you scroll up to the
Yes.
cell where the 1550 was, please?
1550.
Oh, it's not, it's missing a row, I think.
It should be T3 to T81. Yeah, it should be miss. It is
There we
missing. a row.
I fixed it already.
What?
I already changed it.
All
Perfect.
right,
Okay.
great. Okay, now it
All right.
works. It's right.
I
Thank
was
you.
gonna say, I thought we had that work. Okay,
Yeah, no, this should be working.
okay.
Can you remind me the funds for the concert series what we added to that?
Oh, we
$16,
added-
We added
$21,
$21 to it.
$21.
Good
So it's
catch, Matt.
15,
Just gonna be in
37.
shared files, Tamar?
Yeah, this is in the drive.
Okay.
Just don't make
okay,
don't
good.
make any crazy changes to it. So it
Not
doesn't-
me,
Please, please.
never.
So-
I've limited the who can edit it. I can limit it even more. But right now, the only people that can edit it is the cultural council, email, Eileen, but I guess Eileen doesn't want to be able to edit it. So
No, I
she-
don't.
So Matt,
Okay.
that was application number 6406.
Yep, I got that.
Okay, you got it. Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
so at this point, we need someone to make a motion to approve the funding as written. If someone is so moved to do that, excluding the grants from Shara and Eileen, which we will take separate votes for. Once we pass that, then we'll go into the other 2 votes.
I will make a motion, as Joe said.
I'll second it.
So Liz makes a motion to accept the Excel slate of financial distribution as is minus the award for Shara and Eileen, correct? Is that-
Yes.
The
Am I
motion-
allowed to second it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is not including hours. So yes, you are.
Okay, all right, good.
So that was a first from Shara, Liz, a second from Eileen. Anyone speaking to the motion? We'll do roll call then.
Casey,
Yes.
Audrey,
Yes.
Shara,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Tamar,
Yes.
Eileen,
Yes,
Liz,
Yes.
and Sam.
Yes.
Okay, the motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Now, what's
now-
the Shara first, right? What's the grant number, Shara? Does anyone know off the top of their head? Can anyone check, Audrey?
Do it. I would like to make a motion to vote. Oh, shoot. Okay, here it is. You only had 2 applications, right, Shara? Shara, you had 2 applications, right?
Yes, I had 2. One is
Okay.
the Low Park Basketball Court and the other one is Sizer School Band Club.
That's right. All right, so I would like to make a motion to vote to grant applications 4806 and application 5431, the amount of $1,516 for each.
So we have a motion from Audrey to approve
second,
Shara's 2 applications, a second from Eileen for 4806 and 5431. Anyone speaking to the motion? all in favor through roll call?
I
Aye.
think Shar
Shar
has
needs
to do,
Yeah,
I guess it was just turn off your camera, I guess, or
I used to have to step out of the room.
I guess we could make her an attendee. I don't know.
Is there a waiting room?
There,
You could put me in a breakout room.
oh,
Sam, I
Have
see-
breakout
no, we
rooms?
can't.
No. Sam, your hand is
Yeah.
up. Did you have a comment,
Yeah,
Sam?
yeah. So it's a question. Can we give more than the amount requested? For example, if somebody requests $1,000, can we give like 1,500 to the applicant?
We usually give, we usually do the process we did tonight in the past couple of years anyway. That's how we've done it. So we set a cap and then up to the cap, we take the funds and equally distribute them down. So usually we don't give more than they've asked, which is why we encourage people to ask for more. And they did this year. Like we set the cap at like around 1,500, but we had people request 5,000 and they can do that. And then we give them what we can. So people should, when you know people in community, tell them to ask for more and we'll give what we can.
Great, thank you.
I also like to add, Sam, is that in short, yes, the council can award more than what someone has asked for. It just hasn't been a typical practice of ours to do that. The council has full authority to do what it wishes with the funds as long as you can get the votes. And it's in compliance with the Mass Cultural Council rules, of course.
Yeah, and that they can account for
Thank
it
you,
in their
Joe.
budget.
All right, so Audrey made a motion and Eileen seconded the motion to approve the two grants for 806 and 5431. I think we were at the point where we were voting, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So Casey. That's a yes. Audrey,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Tamar,
Yes.
Eileen,
Yes.
Liz,
Yes.
and Sam.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank
Alright,
you.
Shar.
Now we'll have you step
Can
out.
welcome
Eileen.
Shara back, and Eileen will
Right.
be
I'm
up here.
afraid if I turn it off, I'll never get it back again. So I'm gonna move.
Wait, well, unless we have
Oh.
questions for Eileen, she can stay,
Oh, okay,
but
all
then
right,
she has to leave when we vote.
all right, okay.
So
right.
I'd like to make a motion. Oh,
You want the
yes, Joe?
number?
I'd like to make a motion to grant application 4261, Rolling the Keys of the Rollstone Organ, $1,200.
I'll second it.
So that's Audrey and Matt seconding. Anyone speaking to the motion? Eileen, you can step away.
Okay,
Okay. Casey,
No.
Audrey,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Tamar,
Yes.
Liz,
Yes.
Sam,
Yes.
and Shara.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Eileen, you can come back.
Congratulations, everybody, for finalizing the votes for this grant season.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. Congratulations, we made it through another year.
Yeah.
That was tough, I think, with all those grants and such a lot of money being asked at some. I'm amazed that you were able to put that together.
It's Joe's
Okay.
Excel formula.
Not to
Thank
be a
you,
buzzkill,
Joe.
but do we still have to, sorry, don't we still have to go over, I don't know what the word is, I'm blanking here. Grants that we ask to be, reviewed, I guess.
You thinking appeals?
Yes,
Appeals.
that's the one.
We didn't have any.
We didn't have any.
Oh, okay.
So
Yep.
they get denied. They got the letter through the platform. And we had one request, there was one that wrote in and had some questions and that was the only one. But they were supposed to submit their appeal through the Mass Council.
Excellent, okay.
So which should have come back to us anyway, and it didn't,
All
we
right.
didn't have any. So no, we're good. So we made it through another year. Congratulations, council. You guys did a good
Yeah.
job. Thank you, Joe.
Good
Thank
job.
you,
So
Eileen.
I will contact all those who have been granted money and let them know.
This happens through the platform. So actually inside the Mass Council platform, now that we're done tonight, I have to go, I mean, you're welcome to, I was planning on it, going through
Oh,
and,
okay, well, you do it, that's fine.
because it should
that's
happen through the platform that they get an approval.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Tamara,
Um,
it's also arguable that Liz could do it since she's the treasurer as well.
Either or we can do it together on Zoom sometime, whatever you want to do.
Whoever wants to.
Liz,
I'm just as happy to be out of it.
I certainly can help you if you want, Tamar.
okay.
Liz, have you been able to log on to Smart Simple yet?
That's the main system, right?
Yeah, that's-
I've logged on, although there is a question about whether or not I have full access to do what needs to be done, because I know, Tamar, last time I checked, you had sent that email to somebody at MCC.
Yeah, and
And
nothing happened.
nothing happened. But I haven't logged on this week to see if there was any change. But I would have expected her to like respond to the email too, to say you're all set.
Okay,
So maybe a follow-up email might do the trick.
right. I will do that tonight so we can get you in there. That would be helpful to have you
Awesome.
in there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's
Madam Chair, I just wanted to say I need to leave early tonight. So I'm glad we got past this. This is great, but I need to run. And congratulations, everybody. I will see you at the next meeting.
Thank you, Joe. Have a good
Thanks,
night.
Joe.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, guys, I wanted to not have a long meeting tonight, but I just wanted to maybe get us on to the next thing, which we can always approve meeting minutes later because you didn't actually get the file to review in advance for the last agenda item. The next one is the bylaws, which we do need to review at some point and can review as we want, actually, and they haven't been done for years. So what I wanted to do tonight, instead of us reviewing them, because it's 10 of 6 and this is a secondary meeting for us to have in this month, but I wanted to see if anybody on the council would be willing to volunteer to take on the task of reviewing them and coming, Casey's raising her hand, yay. And maybe presenting the council in the next meeting with a draft. And in the meantime, if everyone could read the bylaws, which we all have access to, and come with our suggestions, and we can have a conversation about this next time, and we'll make that a little bit more of the focus of next time's meeting. So does that seem reasonable, everyone?
Hey, Mar, I'm
Sounds
gonna be
good to
honest.
me.
Yeah.
I volunteered before I understood what I was doing. I got excited by bylaws. So you want me to put together a draft of what?
So there are existing bylaws by which we're supposed to be operating,
Yes.
but we've grown, we've changed, we've added programming, we're doing all these other things. So basically the bylaws say how we're supposed to be running and doing things. So now that we're a little bit bigger, things have changed. We're doing FATV, we're doing the open studios, we're doing, the bazaar. So we can make adjustments about how we operate in the future in our new bylaws, which we all need to vote on. So you could take the old draft and review it and make suggestions for a new draft, and then we can all talk about it at the next meeting.
Excellent. Gotcha.
So it would be our February 3rd meeting. So if everybody could just between now and then read them, come prepared, and maybe Casey can have us a draft for the next meeting. Does that sound reasonable, Audrey?
All right, third
The third.
Tuesday.
I was going to say
Wait.
That's
that.
weird, it's next week.
No, the third Tuesday in February is our next meeting. So
Yes.
what date is that? That is
15,
February 15th.
15.
February 15th.
better.
Yeah. So that's
I
all I
just,
want.
Wait,
I would,
how was the 15th, the third Tuesday of the month?
because February 1st is the first Tuesday, which is our PR subcommittee meeting. February 8th is the second, and February 15th is the
okay.
third
You're right.
Tuesday of the month.
Yeah.
It's one of those months.
So this would be a big agenda topic for the next time. I just wanted to get it on the table and have you guys think about it for tonight, because we didn't have enough time to deal with that tonight.
I would just like to add, I would suggest that we don't go into too much specifics in the council bylaws, because I mean, if next year we decide, oh, we don't want to do these projects anymore, it won't be like against the bylaws. But they definitely do need some updating. I created a draft and made some like suggestion edits. I can send that to you, Casey.
Be great.
Yeah, of things that are just kind of like inaccurate to how we are, like, you know, not really reasonable to how we are currently doing things.
Okay, so that's a decision. Casey's going to take that on, and we'll have that as a discussion next time.
Thanks, Casey.
All right, so since you guys didn't have a chance to review the minutes, even though I have them, I think we'll just call it a night and do that next time. So I'd like to take a motion to adjourn for tonight.
I second.
I'll make a motion.
Oh,
No, I can't make motions. You guys have to make the motions. So somebody needs to make the motion.
I second.
Audrey made the motion.
Audrey made the
But be-
motion.
Eileen
But before, can I
seconds.
discuss something? I meant to ask you a question,
Ah.
Tamara. When you send out the letters to the grantees, will you also send them copies of the, one copy of their commitment letter? And I hope the letter says that they have to send it in with a W-9. And I'd like to receive it because I file all these things and I watch them and know them. So what
Eileen,
do you want to?
let's do a call tomorrow
Okay,
time?
all right, we can do that.
and I'll
Sorry.
email you. No, it's okay. It's through the
Okay.
platform. So I don't know how much flexibility there is with what I can attach and send, although.
We
it's my
can
first-
send
Okay.
separate emails if we want to as well. And also, Eileen, maybe you and Liz should talk about how, you know, how to this, you know, what is grant coordinator, what is treasurer, because you can let go of some.
Yeah, we probably should.
All right, for tonight, we're good, right? I'll call you tomorrow, Eileen. I'll make a note of
Okay,
that
all right.
and we can talk about that before I send everything. Because I have just a couple days to do it. So.
Okay.
All right, so we had a motion to adjourn. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everybody.